There's a lot of glass ceilings that we see. And you frequently speak about these 3 L's, which would probably help the younger generation of women to make their space in these formal workplaces. Would you elaborate on that?
What is 3?
3 leadership secrets that you talk about for women all the time. Kindly enlighten us with.
Oh, I feel we are stretching the gender a little too much. As far as I'm concerned, whether somebody is a man or a woman is not even my concern. What somebody's got in their pants, what's my business about it? These things are relevant only in bathrooms and bedrooms. This should not be relevant anywhere else. Because you must understand, too much identification with gender essentially means you're identifying with your body parts. If you must identify with your body parts, if that's the only way you can live, why choose reproductive organs? At least choose the brain, son. Isn't it? Why are we constantly thinking, who is a man, who is a woman, who is… This is a fetish. Why are you even bothered whether somebody is a man or a woman? You don't have to even find out whether they're man or woman. Only for certain relationships it matters. Rest of the time, why does it matter, I'm asking? We are making too much out of it. By this, both genders will suffer.
True, but the whole society doesn't think like you and I. They don't say it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. Equal opportunity is still a challenge in our country, elsewhere as well. How do we work towards it, you and I like policy makers?
We must understand. Suppose a man here feels like having a baby, can he have? So forever we can complain, we don't have equal opportunity. Biologically, we're designed to fulfill different aspects of nature. Why is one thing superior, another thing inferior? Simply because you are making economic activities the ultimate activity. This is the only problem. The fundamental problem is you are making economic activity as the greatest thing you can do. This is rubbish, this must go. Just making money is the most successful thing you can do in life. Let me tell you my own experience. I'm seeing where to start because my great-grandmother was a woman. And people thought she's a devil of a woman. Not because she did any evil to anybody, but she would laugh. If she laughed, the whole street shook. And she got married at the age of 14. And it was not child marriage, because she never was a child. A woman like that is not a child. And there was a norm in the society, till you get married, you cannot chew tobacco. If you get married, after that it's your choice. She exercised that choice on day 1. And she lived to be 113 years of age. She buried her husband, she buried her children, she buried her grandchildren, a few great-grandchildren, and people said, she's a devil, she's not dying. But I saw her only when she was over 100 years of age, and for a South Indian woman, she was very tall, and she had hair running beneath her knees when she was over 100, full hair. And she leaves her hair loose like that and she comes to see the children when we go for vacations. And I saw her in all kinds of very fantastic situations. If you gave her breakfast, she would go and feed the ants, the sparrows, the squirrels. More than half of her breakfast would be gone this way. People would… there are self-appointed advisors who say, you old woman, you will die, you're not eating anything. They all died. She lived, obviously she was doing something right. And then she would be sitting there, I'm like for a little over 4 years of age, I'm busy smashing the ants. But she feeds the ants, she sits there, tears are flowing down her eyes. She would never stop me from smashing my ants because she understood that is my nature right now. I have to smash these ants. If she tells me ants, this, I won't understand. But she just sat there, tears flowing from her eyes. I would just ask her, why are you so emotional about the ants? She would laugh and say, someday you will know. It took me over 25 years to know what she was going through, and when people said, you're not eating, she would say, I'm already full. And actually she was nourished. Just watching these ants feed, the sparrows eat, she was fully nourished. Obviously she was doing something right. If somebody lives to be 113, they know what the hell this life is about, isn't it? What is health about? Yes or no? They definitely have understood what is the nature of this body, what is the nature of human health. She must have understood, isn't it? All your nutritionists might not have figured it, but by feeding the ants, she lived. It took me over 20 years to figure that out. So, many things like this. For example, my mother, she did not earn a rupee in her life. But can we think of our life without her? Is it possible? But valuing people only for the money that they earn, you will make the entire world into your marketplace. Please don't do that. There are other values. See, simple things, I'm telling you, this is something I shared with a few people and somebody made a lot of things around this. When we traveled, my mother is always sitting and she's doing everything in the house. She's sewing and all the curtains and pillowcases, everything done by her. And if we travel, if we go and sleep somewhere else, if there's an empty pillowcase, she will say, how will children sleep on empty pillowcases? Right there, she will pull out her needle and thread and she will stitch one green little parrot or a flower. When I'm 3 years of age, I'm sleeping like this, half asleep, looking at this green parrot and falling asleep. Do you know the value of that? If you do not value that and you only count money, you're just stupid, okay? You're just stupid, you don't understand what makes human beings.
True, this sense of feminism should be there in both men and women is what we believe. But then when we are to really go out and get some things done, we really have to be there in the money-making part. We should be. Today's world is like that.
I'm not saying you should not be, I'm saying that should not be the value.
Very true, that should not be the value, and women are certainly never going to give up taking care of the children. For example, I am there, whole day I'm working, running around, going to my constituency, I come back, make sure my children are tucked into bed very well and then take care of them. That is innate to a woman. We do everything else, but our primary focus is always on this family and taking care of children, what nature has given to us. But in today's world, in this competitive world where we want to go out and work, how do we make sure that the women who go out and work, they balance their life well? Spiritual leaders like you can certainly give them some practical understanding of how to, be there and maintain their balance and be very well in a sense of spirituality also.
It's… this may not be good for certain industry, but it's very important that you said just now, men should also do this feminism. No, what we need is humanity. We don't need masculinism or feminism, we need human nature to evolve. If human nature evolves, women will naturally exhibit more feminine qualities, men will naturally exhibit more masculine qualities. There may be a little intermixing, some women may be more masculine, some men may be a little more feminine, that's not an issue. But the important thing is our humanity should overflow, not our masculinity or our femininity, because you're talking about skewing life. Don't skew life, we will pay for it after some time. It's important life comes up in a balanced manner. You must understand in this country, this is being demonstrated in 1,000 different ways. If you see in the culture and in a way in the world, The most masculine, athletic god that you can see is Shiva. But one half of him is woman, all right? Literally, one half of him is woman to clearly show in symbolism that you're a combination of the two. If you're not balanced between these two, you will become a very skewed life. Any skewed life, either this way or that way, you're going to pay the price after some time. So if women have to succeed in today's world, why are we always thinking of putting a woman into a man's world and asking her to succeed? Why don't we redesign the world a little bit, as it is suitable for all human beings? You must understand the world got designed like this at a certain time in history when, let us say, now so many ladies are sitting here, let us say it's 1,000 years ago. Many of them have traveled long distances and come, I'm sure. 1,000 years ago, you think so many of them would have traveled and come? They're coming here not because the society has become liberal, they're coming here because of technological means of transport. Yes or no? So technology has come, machine has overpowered the muscle.